welcome to 25 minutes of One More Minute. We're almost halfway through. Next week will be like not the final, but like the pure raw video, and then the rest of them will be reacting to what the video was 6 months prior, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm sure there'll still be more to talk about as well, because I won't talk about a minute-long video for 27 minutes, you know? It's so heavy. The world is so heavy. Things are not great. And it doesn't feel, it's like so hard to balance living your day-to-day life and finding the things that bring you joy and like comfort, and doing that while also trying to hold the space and like do what your part in like trying to make the world a better place. It's really hard. And yeah, I just feel like that's important to talk about, because it feels weird to put out these videos every week and like just talk about, this is what's going on in my life when it's not been good. So yeah, I'm just not having a good time. I'm really feeling the weight of it. Yeah, but like I think there's such a big need for like hope and letting that drive us forward. Yeah. And like the purpose of my content, the things I make, is like out of like just like the desire to like create and just like emit pure joy in hopes of inspiring other people. That's like the purpose of the things I make. I just want to inspire others, and it's hard to do that when everything is like falling down around us. But yeah, just needed to sit in that. I've been sitting in this for a bit, so wanted to say that and share that in this video. So yeah, there's that going on. I'm in a new, not in a new, but the setup is different, because I'm in the midst of moving and packing up. It'll still be a few weeks, but I needed to get that massive couch thing downstairs, so now I'm on a little cot thing. Yeah, so getting ready for that, which has been good. It's been very like, there's a lot of like upheaval. It feels like there's upheaval in the world, and there's been upheaval in my place of living, and I'm just kind of sitting through it and like waiting for the upheaval in my personal life just to like smooth out, because I know it will. It's just kind of sitting through it and like just allowing myself to feel it and whatever and all that. But yeah, it's been fine. A new interest that is consuming me and kind of like getting me through this time is I've gotten into K-pop, which I've known I would get into. I knew I would. I've known it for a really, really long time, and I've always separated myself from that. Similar to like anime, because I know it will consume me, and which is totally fine. I think it's a time to embrace those kind of things. So yeah, that has finally taken over my life a bit. I have been listening. I listened to Stray Kids. It was just like on TikTok, all of their dance videos showing up. All of their videos kept showing up. Every single video was them dancing. Then I got to the dance tutorials, so I've started learning one of their dances. And that's just been like my way of like allowing myself to like healthily crash out a little, indulge in some obsessive music listening and music video watching. So that's been fun. Getting into that, and I've been given recommendations for other K-pop groups to listen to, which I'll be diving into at some point as well. But I'm trying to like just like enjoy each step that I take in before it like fully consumes me. But it's been just really nice. It's like yeah, it's just good. I've really enjoyed it. It's like just like the music gets stuck in my head. It's a good move. I'm dancing around the house more often than I have in such a long time, and I think that's just really nice to like move my body in a way where I'm just like, yes, like it's just nice. Like my joints feel loose. I'm shaking my ass. It's great. Yeah, so that's been fun. It's been like making me just think about how every time I like am interested in something, it makes me want to do that. So I'm like, maybe I should start taking dance classes and like I want to be a part of a K-pop group. That sounds awesome. Um, but yeah, so that's been really fun. Just like fascinating too, because like I just watching like their videos and stuff and like performances, and I'm like, they're putting in like, it's just so much work. I just feel like they're putting in like times 1,000 work in what they do, and it's just so impressive and cool, and I hope that they're okay. I don't know much about them or like the culture of K-pop yet, but I hope they're doing okay, and I hope they're having a good time. um yeah, so that's been getting me through. It's been fun. um that's been the big thing. I feel like I think since preparing to move and everything, like a lot of my I'm still working on things creatively, but it's been kind of like paused a little bit. And like it's like slowed down a bit. And I think that's okay. I think I just need to allow myself that. I think uh when you're in a transitional period of your life, which I feel like I'm in every year, um but like every time you're in that, it takes a lot more energy than you expect. Even if you're like not actively doing something, there's something happening in the background that's draining your energy, and I think it's okay to be like, that's okay. I have to give my energy to whatever that is in the background. um so yeah, I've been doing Twitch streaming still, which is really fun, and it's a nice place to like hang out with people, and so that's been good. And then I'm hoping to get back into working on my Dragon Age deep dive videos, just to like get the next one started, because it's almost there. I just need to do it, and once that one's done, I'll be like good and coasting for a while, because my next one will be the one that I'm streaming on Twitch, so it's easier to manage, hopefully. But yeah, I've just been working on that, and I've been working on improving my Twitch channel. I've got some new overlays and designs, and just kind of sprucing that up a bit because I haven't touched it in so long. So that's kind of been my bigger focus for the past few weeks, which has been nice, or the next few weeks. But it's been really fun to set up. Um, that's really it. And then I've got another D20 tapestry that I've got on my Etsy shop that's available for sale, because the first one was purchased. So I've now got a restock of that one. And I've got plans for the next product I'm going to make, but that I'll be working on that after I move. So that's kind of paused for the moment, which is okay. And those are like the big things. I've been playing games with friends a bit more, which has been really nice. Like I play a lot of like solo games, and I forget that there's games where you can like just like hang out with your friends and play together. So that's been really nice to do. I've been enjoying that a lot. Yeah, I play D&D, and those sessions are starting up again this week, which will be nice. Yeah, I think it's a good time to just be around, like spend time with loved ones and friends and people you care about. I feel like that is like a nice little antidote to everything at the moment. But yeah, so many things I'm working on. I've been crocheting a bit more as well. That's been for I've been crocheting like little sacks and bags to help with my packing, because I've got like little trinkets and stuff. I thought it'd be nice to have a bag to put them in for when I move. So I finished one that is Kuromi styled, which I'm really happy with, and then I'm finishing another one that's a bit thicker. So I have to decide if I want to turn it into a bag or keep it as like a basket that I could put things in. I'm still undecided about that. But yeah, been doing that. I'm still reading The Orange of the Priory Tree. I've got, I think, less than 100 pages left, so maybe this week I'll finish it. I said that last week, but maybe this week. Like it's going in a direction where I'm like, I don't think we're getting to what the book is building us towards. I don't think we're gonna get into it in this book, and I don't know. Like there's no way, if there's less than 100 pages left, this isn't gonna happen. So I have no clue how it's gonna end, which is really cool. I'm just a big fan of that book. It's really good. Let's see what else. I am like 4 or 5 episodes away from finishing Haikyuu. And also that one, I'm like, wait, I thought we were getting to this big moment and it doesn't seem like we are, which means like I think there are more seasons coming out, like it's still an ongoing show. So that means I'll be able to wait for the next ones to come live, which is exciting. I'm looking forward to like looking at getting into other anime once this is done, because I've had that to obsess over for a good amount of time now, and I'm ready to like, now that I've finished the drawing that I was making of that, I like feel really satisfied to be like, okay, cool, that is like in my soul and I can kind of like move on and carry it with me. Yeah, what else? I watched Heated Rivalry last week. That was good. I binged it all in one day. I enjoyed that. I think there was, I don't know if I talked about this last week. I was feeling like a big obsession over it, but before even having watched it, because of everything coming up on social media, and I was like, I'm just obsessed with whatever this is going to be. I'm gonna be obsessed with it after I watch it. And that obsession, like I was thinking about it all the time, and I hadn't even watched it yet. So I finally watched it, just because I was like, I need to stop running from this, you know? I gotta stop running away from the obsessions. I think I just gotta embrace them. And watching it finally, like, it like eased off my obsession finally. I went, oh my god, I've watched it. I can breathe now, which is nice. That was a good feeling. Which I enjoyed it. I think it took me a second to get into it, because I feel like there's no like story until like the last two episodes. The third episode is also really good. But like the last two episodes really had me. But I enjoyed it. It was good. I'm excited for what else there is to come with that. So that would be fun. That's really all. I've just been living in a little K-pop bubble. I've been doing pole classes, which maybe I've mentioned previously in these videos. And those, I've been doing that consistently for about, maybe it has to be like over 2 months now. And I'm getting to a point where everything is kind of clicking, and I'm able to do the like tricks and stuff, which is really nice. The last class we were going through like how to move between one trick into another, and I did 3 different tricks, and like it didn't look the nicest, but just being able to like be like suspended on the pole, moving my body into a different position 3 different times, wild. That was wild. That was really nice. So that's been really positive, and I've just been enjoying that, and I've been enjoying just like feeling strong in my body. That's been really good. I feel like I've been very like, I don't know if it's somatic, very bit physical. I don't know, but I feel very like in my body. Moving is good vibes at the moment, which is nice. Let's see. Oh, I did my first month of my New Year's goal of looking at voiceover submissions on a website for like just like small little things. So last week I submitted for 2 different roles for a project, which was fun. It was just nice to do and sit down and like just get into it, which was cool, and cool to see like what people are doing, which was nice. So that was good. I've kind of fallen behind on the piano just this week because I've been pushing it, because of like moving and rearranging stuff is taking a lot of effort to like sit myself down at the piano. So I'm hoping to get back into that this week. But yeah, work has just been very busy too. So that's been like putting off a lot of things as well. I'm trying to find that balance of like allowing myself to rest, but I'm so fueled by like the creative things I work on, so I'm like, I'm having a good time. I don't want to ruin my like fun project working on those time. But I think it's like trying to find a way to fit in the rest. But whatever that rest, I just think like rest looks different to different people, and for me resting is like being creative, I guess. So yeah, just been sitting with that really. I'm tired. Oh yeah, so tired. I think that's like the first time I've ever yawned in front of a camera, which is kind of cool, because I feel like there's like things that you don't do because you realize you're being perceived, and like yawning or sneezing, I feel like, and like I feel like those things don't really come until you're comfortable. So That's a nice sign. I am comfortable. um, yeah, I feel like there's not really much else going on. I'm in this routine of waking up, doing yoga, going to work, working on my projects, and then like watching some TV, reading, and then going to bed, which is not too bad of a routine if I say so myself. And then throughout all that, I'm listening to K-pop and listening to Stray Kids the whole time, which is nice. Um, yeah, it is a weird. Like I knew this was gonna be a very transitional period for like the next month, I'd say. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of changes coming up, and I know the next the next few weeks will be a bit busier. I'll be traveling to London a few more times, and yeah, just doing a lot of different things in the next few months, which will keep me busy, which is good. Um, but I feel like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be like busy and tired, so I'm trying to like get those good routines in now, you know? Um, and that's okay. I feel like I really filled up my not availability, but filled up like my space with things that I really care about, which is really nice. But now it's like it feels like a puzzle of like how do I fit in all these things and how do I keep making sure I'm eating well and like making the food that I need to make, and sleeping when I should be sleeping and all that stuff. So it's a fun balance and we're figuring it out, and that's okay. I've started working on my food Bible, which is another goal of mine this year. So I've worked on like breakfast options, which is really nice just to kind of go through. So, um, yeah, it's kind of like it's like broken down based on like energy level of like how much effort I want to put into making food. So, like, there's stuff that's like, oh, I'll be standing there cooking for a bit in the kitchen versus like, oh, I just need to like throw some things together, or I'm gonna have something that is already prepared for me and I just need to put it in my mouth, you know? Those are the three different levels. Um, so it's nice to kind of go through that with the focus of breakfast to be like, what do I have? We've got cereal, we got oatmeal, we got hard boiled eggs, and then we can do like different types of like egg omelets and wraps and things like that, which I haven't tried, but the recipes I found look pretty intriguing. So we'll give those a go. Having like breakfast sandwiches that I can meal prep and have on the go. So that was nice, and that kind of like covers my work for that goal for the next 2 months. And then March and April we'll work on, I think it was working on snacks or lunch, one of those two. I have it broken down. But I'm glad I'm taking the time to do it because I think it's just going to be really helpful just as like a base point, just now that I know that like it's important for me to have novelty in the food I'm making because I digest it better, I enjoy the process a bit better even though it takes more time. So it's kind of like weighing those things, but I know my experience is a lot better when I put in the active effort, and that's just how it's gonna have to be, and I'm gonna have to accept it, and that's what this year is about, is kind of accepting that and trying to make it as enjoyable as possible for myself. Yeah, yeah, again, that's that's really it. We're busy, but every day feels like the same, but in a good way. It's very chill. There's like no rush, which is like good. There's not too much like anticipation. Like I'm ready to move. I'm ready to like get that stuff set up and I'm excited for it, but there's also like I'm enjoying every single day, which is good. Um yeah. There's not much else really to share. My oh my, we got 5 minutes left. It's a good thing we'll be reviewing the other things for the longer I talk. I'm so interested in how that's gonna go. But I'm sure I'll have more to share once we get further along. Yeah, I did make a decision. There was like a block I was feeling with my Dragon Age deep dive project of the games that I'm streaming live on Twitch. my plan was to kind of take those and upload them to YouTube, to my Twitch YouTube channel, to keep those. And that was I've noticed that like I was kind of like avoiding working on those. And then I was like, okay, so do I really need to post the VODs then? And as soon as I was like, no, I don't have to, I felt so much better, and like a wave came, like it like cleared out everything, and I was like, okay, so we're just not gonna do that, and that's okay. I think I like the impermanence of Twitch VODs, which is like different, because I think I've always functioned from like, oh, I want everything like stored and saved, but it's nice to like have something that's like, no, like we'll do it and it'll be available for like 2 weeks and then it's gone, and that's okay. We can let that go. We don't need to save it forever and ever. So that feels good, and it was nice to like identify what that block was and be like, we actually don't need that, and like knowing I can like just, I think it's like the reaffirming of like I can make a choice for myself and it'll feel good, you know? Because I think there's a lot of like desire for external affirmation or validation on like a choice that I've made, and I'm like, no, I can like do that for myself, which is really nice. And I think that's something I'm gonna be learning a lot. I think in the next few months I'm seeing that like as a pattern coming up for me, in like a way of like being like, this is how I'm growing now, which is really nice. It's good. Yeah. I've been having a lot of matcha tea recently, which has been really nice. So I've just been thinking about that a lot. I could do with one right now. I would love a matcha latte. That would get me through. My body's really sore. In my pole class, we were doing poses that like require the arm, like the elbow, to wrap around the pole. So it's like really sore to the touch, just in my little elbow pit. But it's fun. I like feeling strong, which is really nice. And I'm interested in just how I'm gonna balance everything once I move. But it'll be good. I just want to enjoy the year as best as I can. Yeah. But it's good. I think I'm just, trying to lean into like the moments of joy, or like leaning into the things I enjoy doing. Because I think there's a lot of, with my therapist, we kind of called out, there's moments where there's a lot of moments where I'm bracing myself because I'm worried whether it's like things are going too well, so I'm like worried about the flip side of that. Something like that. But I think it's like this question of like, can I just let myself enjoy things without worrying about like a bad thing following up? Because I think my brain is trying to find patterns of like, a good thing's gonna happen and then a bad thing's gonna happen, but don't worry, a good thing's gonna happen as well. And I think that thought is like the wheel in the tarot of like, when things are bad, it will always like, it'll change. Things are in constant motion in like a cyclical, it's not linear fashion. And I think that's helpful in times when things are low and you go, it's not gonna be like that, it's gonna change and things will be good again. But I think it's harder to be like, when things are good, to be like, it's gonna change, things will be bad again. So I'm trying to work on that reframing. And maybe it is a reframing of labeling it as good and bad. Maybe it's like, things are feeling up and then things are feeling low. Maybe that's what it is, you know? Like, things are feeling lighter, things are feeling heavier. And maybe that's what the difference is. And like, it's okay to sit in both of those because we're capable of doing that. Yeah, this was a lot. What was this, 25 minutes of talking? I'm getting too comfortable, I fear. I fear I'm getting too comfortable with this, and that's okay. But if you're watching till the end, I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to this project being done. I do want to finish it to the end, just because I think that'd be really nice to look back on and see that change. So I'm excited to look back at the old videos. I think that will be fun and like good to do that intentionally. Otherwise, I'd never look back at them. So yeah, that was 25 minutes. Next week will be our like halfway through, our halfway point, which is really exciting. And then we'll start reacting to the older ones, which will be just as fun, if not more. Okay, bye.